All right. Hey, guys. Thanks for hopping on with us. Um, Tonight, we're going to be talking about goal setting and how to do that from a practical standpoint. Hey, Tina. And just hopefully give you some tips to help move your business forward. So, thank you for listening in, whether you're on here live or catching the recording. I wanted to start with, I have a little creeper right here. Sorry. I wanted to start with my little example of my month so far in terms of goal setting. So I don't know if you read some of my posts at the beginning of the month about my goals specifically for this month, it being a Team Cup month. And I set some really high goals, ones that I've never reached before. And I said I was hoping to get 50 Success Club points and sign up 10 more coaches on our growing team. And when I set those goals, it wasn't at all from a place that I thought I couldn't do it, but it was also at the same time from a place of me thinking, those are pretty high goals, and I don't really know how close I will get to them. But if I set the bar really high, I'll probably get further than I will if I just say I'm going to hit Success Club 5 this month and one coach. So that was kind of my idea behind that. Week one, with it being Team Cup and coming off of Summit and things, my head honestly was not in the right place that month. And I was so focused on the points. And I really had to take a step back and go, what am I doing? This is from day one. This has been exactly what I said I wasn't going to do, because that's not where my heart is with this business. I don't look at each point as a point. I look at each point as a person that I'm reaching out and trying to help. So with my mindset being so focused on these points, since it's a Team Cup month, I totally lost sight of the bigger picture. I had a total flop of my first week. I sent out so many messages and got nothing. And in fact, I got my first couple negative responses, and it really threw me. And I thought, I got to go back to the drawing board and figure out where I'm going wrong here. And it was all in my mindset, and it was all in the underall tone of what I was saying to people. I knew that we only had a couple weeks left of the 21-day fix being on sale. And so the way I was messaging people, I had kind of taken bits and pieces of what other coaches were saying and how they were talking about the 21-day fix in their posts and things. And I pieced it together, but it wasn't me. And it was definitely coming across not me. And I think that's why I got a terrible response. So I hemmed and hawed and cried to Shayna about it. And not from a standpoint of, oh, I don't have any points, but from a standpoint of, I'm doing something wrong right now and I don't feel good about it. And I need to get my head right. So I started reading a book that I've been putting off but wanting to read, EntreLeadership by Dave Ramsey, which was a book we were given a couple months ago for hitting Success Club. And it really helped me just get my mind right and get focused back on my main goal. And this was just to help people and not worry about the points and all that. And the following week, I started actually helping people, which turned into points on the board. So in terms of goal setting, my whole point is that I want you guys to set goals that seem like they might be, because you're more likely to hit where you really want to be in that sense. But at the same time, we're going to give you practical things and ways to set those goals. And if you have a week where nothing seems to be working, you got to go back to the drawing board and figure out, is it what you're saying? Is it how you're saying it? Is it your mindset that's kind of making you go wrong? So some of the stuff that I want to talk about tonight is from the book that I've been reading, which I'm really liking. One thing he talks about is dreams versus visions versus goals. And this really hit home to me because I feel like in a lot of ways I'm a dreamer. I have all these, lofty dreams that I like to talk about and dwell on and stuff. But if you don't learn how to make those dreams a reality, then that's all they are. Then you're just a dreamer. And anybody can do that. So you want to figure out what sets you apart from somebody who just has a dream and somebody who turns that dream into a tangible goal and then meets them. Dreaming is a really good thing. It's a sign that you have hope and that you know that you can win at something, and also kind of keeps you young and excited with what life has to offer and all the possibilities, which is so relevant to coaching in my opinion. But they can also be negative in that, like I said, there's a lot of dreamers out there, and just because you're a dreamer Hey, welcome. Doesn't mean that those dreams are going to come true if you just think about them all the time. Don't take action. And that's where goals come into play. So, sorry, here. Go get it then. Go get it. Sorry, guys. Dreams are essential to being successful, but they're not going to help you if they're not well defined. So, hang on 1 quick second. Can you just get it, please? So sorry. He had to be right next to me. I worked too much this weekend. Okay, anyways, so how do you define your goals or your dreams? I'm sorry. That's where visions come in. So a vision is more redefining your dreams that you have and creating this overall vision. It's like one step closer to goal setting. So it's important to talk about your overall vision. I know I constantly talking about my vision of our team all the time to Eric, probably to the point where he's like sick of hearing about it. But super supportive at the same time. But it's important to always have your vision in mind so that you know where you're going. One thing that I kind of wanted to throw out there, we talk about success partners a lot, but in talking about how often you should be sharing your vision and making sure it's on the forefront of your mind, I think it's a good point to make that a success partner is so helpful in that, because when I get the drift that, Eric doesn't know all the lingo of coaching and he just, as supportive as he is, he's not in it with me. I can reach out to Shayna or anybody else on the team and be like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. I'm so excited about this or that. So I know we've said it a bunch of times, but definitely try to get a success partner. I would love to be that for any of you. Shayna's been my right-hand girl from day one. But as your leader, I can help set you up with somebody or bounce ideas off of you and you off of me all the time. So keep that in mind. So if you think about your goals as being your vision and your dreams with work clothes on, that's one way that Dave Ramsey says it, then that kind of defines and puts practicality into your dreams and your vision. Dreams and visions are all nice and dandy, but if you leave that with just theory and you don't have any practicality behind it, then that's where they're going to stop, is right there. It's just dreams and visions that don't come to reality. Goals force practical steps into your life to make those dreams come true. One thing I've talked about before also is the 30-day push by Chalene Johnson. And rather than just talking about it once again and suggesting that you do it, I'm going to do it again starting in September 1st. Alongside me, I would love to do that with you, and we can kind of keep each other accountable. It's a 10 to 15 minute quick video every day from Chalene. She's super motivating, and her whole concept is about finding what your push goal is. So a push goal is after you figure out, if you wrote down 10 of your most important goals, not necessarily just about Beachbody, but just goals in life, you'll notice that there's one goal that really stands out and the other 9 tend to filter into that one, and they would help that one come true in a way. So that would be your push goal. So for example, if you can have a goal of wanting to spend more time with your family, wanting to make $500 a week by such and such date, wanting to rank advanced to diamond by the end of September, wanting to spend more time with your, in a Bible study, or some sort of hobby that you enjoy doing, or anything. All of those things can be pushed towards the same goal once you figure out what all those goals are and define each one. So if you do want to join the 30-day push group with me, let me know, and I'll tell you how to sign up for that. I'm going to send it over to Shayna now. Sorry for all the distractions in my little talk here. And she's going to continue.
Okay, so thank you so much, Andy. I'm going to just talk about a little bit about how to set SMART goals and then how to reverse engineer your goals, because I feel like that is the key point in all of this, is to reverse engineer them. Because I used to set goals and I had these great visions in place and I knew what I wanted to do, but then I didn't know how to take the steps to actually get to those goals, and that's what reverse engineering helps you do. So first, I'm going to screen share this so that you guys can see. Hopefully, okay, you should be seeing SMART goals. So here's basically just an overview of what it is, and I'm going to go over each one really quickly. But basically, so S starts for specific, and it just means to make your goal something that you specifically want to accomplish. So like Andy said, if your goal is to be diamond by the end of September, for example, that is a specific goal. M is for measurable, so make sure that there's a way to track your progress at that. So for example, diamond, you know that you need to have 8 coaches under you, you need to have 2 coaches that are emerald, so you can track your progress as you get closer and closer to the end of September. Am I signing up those coaches? Am I helping them get to emerald? Am I reaching out to so many people every day? Have it be something that's measurable so that you can tell if you're actually moving towards it, or if you're standing still, or if you're even moving backwards. A is for achievable, which means that you're able to achieve your goals. Now, I will say, push yourself. Like Andy said about her goal at the beginning of this month, she knew that she could achieve this goal, but she knew it was going to be a push for her, and that is huge. Push yourself towards these goals, because you're not going to hit Success Club 10 if you don't set that in your head that you want to hit Success Club 10, because you're not going to push yourself to get there. But do make sure that you set something that's achievable. So for example, we're at the 18th. Don't say, I want to be diamond by the end of the month. Could you do it? Possibly, you might be able to, but if you only have an hour a day, for example, to work your business, it's unlikely that you're going to be able to get the amount of work in that you're going to need to do to hit diamond by the end of this month. So make sure that it's something that is achievable so that you don't get discouraged when you don't achieve it, or if you don't achieve it. R is for relevant, and I feel like this is one that is really important, because we talk a lot about Success Club. We talk a lot about moving your business forward and growing your team. But if it's not something that you want to do, if that's not your end goal, your vision, then it's not relevant to you. Don't make that your goal. Don't say that my goal is to be diamond by the end of September if you don't really care if you're diamond by the end of September. If that's not going to get you closer to what your end goal is. If you're just a hobby coach in this, that's totally fine. You can be a hobby coach, but don't set your goal of being diamond by the end of September if you're a hobby coach. That's not relevant to what your goal is, what your lifestyle is. And then T is for time-based. And this is super important, is to have some kind of timeline on your goal, and that goes back to being specific and measurable. You want to be able to track it. You want to be able to know what it is you're aiming for, and not just kind of throw out the broad base like, oh, I want to hit diamond. Okay, great, but you don't know if you're getting any closer if you don't have any kind of end goal in sight. I do want to say on time-based, don't get discouraged if you don't hit your goal. A personal example for me, before Summit, there were 2 months and you had to hit Success Club 25 in 2 months to get invited to a Success Club party. And that was my huge goal. I really, really, really wanted to do that. So I was like, all right, 2 months. In the 2 months, I've got to hit Success Club 25. I hit Success Club 23, and literally the next day got those next 2 points that I needed. And it was so frustrating, but it didn't matter. Like, I got so much closer to my goal than I would have if I hadn't set that goal, because I had never pushed myself like that before. And as well, the goals that you set, it's not the goal that changes if you don't hit it, it's just the timeline. So no, I wasn't able to hit Success Club 25 in those 2 months, but then I thought, okay, well, I got really close. So I know that I can at least hit Success Club 12 every month. So now that's my goal every month. And I just push myself a little farther and a little farther every month. So don't change your goal if you don't hit it. Don't get discouraged if you don't hit it. Just change your timeline. Change when that goal is going to happen, but push yourself as much as you can to get there. So that is that for you. Okay, hopefully you're seeing me again. The other thing I wanted to talk about really quickly is reverse engineering. I feel like this is super important because you've got to know the steps to get where you want to be. So I'm using Diamond by the end of September as an example, just because it's really easy for me. It's the end of next month, that's 6 weeks away. So let's say that that's your goal and you just started coaching, you're an Emerald coach. So you've got 2 coaches under you, but maybe they're discount coaches, maybe they're going to actively work, you're not sure. But your goal is to move on to that next rank of Diamond by the end of September. All right, so reverse engineer that. So you've got 6 weeks until the goal date that you've set. So what do you need to do every week or every day in order to hit that goal? So for example, you know that you're going to need to sign up 6 more coaches. So if you need to sign up 6 more coaches to get to that Diamond rank by the end of September, that means 1 coach a week. So that means you need to talk to 10 people a week at least about the coaching opportunity, because an average, every 10 people you talk to, you're going to get 1 yes. You're going to get 1 person who wants to join you. So then break that down, okay? I need to talk to 10 people about the coaching opportunity every week, which broken down means I need to talk to 1 to 2 people a day. I always try and aim high because I like to go a little bit beyond to make sure that I can really push towards that goal. So for me, I'd say, okay, I've got to talk to 2 people a day about the coaching opportunity to move my business forward. Breaking it down like that to me just makes it seem a little more doable, a little less scary. I know hearing these big goals can be kind of intimidating, and especially when you're not quite sure what to do, then you kind of just flounder and you kind of sit still, feel like you're spinning your wheels a little bit. So setting those goals and then reverse engineering them to see what you need to do every week and every day really helps to move beyond that and make sure that you're reaching those goals that are going to get you to the end goal. And just like I said about the goal doesn't change, the timeline does. So for example, if in the first week you only sign up 1 coach, but the next week you don't sign up any coaches, well, okay, then you need to reevaluate the rest of your month. You've got a month left, you still need 5 coaches, so that means you need to sign more than one of those weeks. And just reverse engineer it every time so that you can see what you need to do in order to reach your goals. I like to say write down your goals once a week. I write down my goals every Sunday. At the beginning of the month, I write out my big month goals, but every week I break it down and say, okay, what do I need to do this week to hit my month end goal? And at the beginning of every week on my Sunday, I sit down and I think, okay, what have I accomplished this week? What goal didn't I hit this week that's going to get me towards my end goal? And what does that mean for this week? What do I have to do to make up for my last week? Or what do I have to do to continue pushing myself? So I suggest writing down your goals once a week. I think it's really helpful. And like Andy said, have a success partner, have somebody that you talk to that holds you accountable. Post your goals on the team page. That's awesome. That's a great way to hold yourself accountable, because putting it out there for people to see is huge, because those people are going to start to hold you accountable as well. I just want to make sure I'm getting everything. Yeah, I think that's about it. Like Andy said, she's going to be doing the Shailene Johnson push. It's completely free. It's 30 days. It's quick videos to watch, and I think that it's super beneficial. I got a lot of my goal setting knowledge from Shailene Johnson's push. She talks a lot about reverse engineering, which I think is helpful. But yeah, I would definitely say if you want to do the push, let us know. I'll be posting a recording of this video on the team pages. So just comment below and let us know that you want to do it, and we'll both do it with you, because it's a really beneficial program and I think it's going to help a lot of you. So do you got anything else, Miss Andy?
I don't think so.
Just trying to make it quick. I know we've all got so much stuff to do and we're all super busy, so I didn't want it to be too long of a call. I just wanted to kind of get that goal setting mindset out there for you. So
do you girls who are on have any questions? It doesn't have to be goal related, but just anything going on in your business that you want to ask right now or brainstorm with us or anything. I'm really proud we got this under 30 minutes. So we've got a little bit of time to chat if you want to. Anybody? No? All right. Well, thanks for hopping on with us. Again, I apologize for the interruption. It's just how it is these days. But I'm just really excited with where the team's going, and I feel like there's so much potential for each of you. You each have your strengths, and I just love seeing you guys run your own groups and really get out there and take this by storm, because you'll see the momentum that you, for the couple of you that I can see your beautiful faces right now that are on right now, it just shows your level of commitment to this. And I've been watching you both, and I just love seeing how determined you are to make this work. So you'll notice in the beginning, what you do in the first 30, 60, 90 days will catch up to you. And so just be persistent, because you both are, I notice you're being persistent with your posting, and your challenge groups are going so well. It's so exciting to watch from the sidelines. So just keep up the good work.
And I also, really quick, I just wanted to say, Andy and I were discussing it, and we're thinking next team call, we kind of want to do more of a brainstorming session. If you guys think of anything that you want to hear more about, I know there's lots of team calls, there's lots of trainings, but if you have anything that you're like, I could really use help on this, reach out to us and let us know, because you're probably not the only one. I know that I had a lot of questions when I first started coaching. I still do. I listen to the same kind of calls. I just listened to that time management call and got tons of nuggets out of it. I've listened to probably 5 of those before. So if there's something that you need help with, reach out and let us know, because we want to help you guys, and we want to put together something where you're going to take away things that can really help you in your business, and we can all brainstorm together with it, because that's where really I feel like the magic happens. Like we said, we're success partners. I talk to Andy and bounce ideas off her all the time, and I can't stress enough how much that helps just to have somebody to brainstorm with, because you do get stuck sometimes, and having that other person is helpful. So we'd like to be able to do that with all of you as well.
And also, we're, as our team is growing, we're new to this whole Zoom chat thing. So we want it to be helpful and beneficial. We don't want it to seem like a chore or, great, here comes another call. I've learned, like Shayna, so much from calls. And so we're really working to make ours beneficial and have a lot of practicality to take home to your business as well. So that's why we definitely want your feedback. We want to create a culture where you guys feel like you can talk to us, and even if it ends up being like a hangout where we can all bounce ideas off of each other once a month or whatever, that's cool too. Because I know you're in the Shine Bright Like a Diamond group, there's lots of recordings coming your way already, and with Hard Hitters, she does her calls. So what we don't want is for this to be just another thing that kind of goes in one ear and out the other. We want it to be good content. And so we want to know what you want to hear about. So let us know.
All right, so I'm going to stop recording, guys. And if you're hitting the recording and you're not on live, be sure to leave comments below and on the video so that we know to answer them, and we can give you any other insight you might need.